What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy J. Rue and
Kungfu.
We're coming up to you live from the Lone Star State here in Austin, Texas.
Yay!
Got that Whataburger represented.
Yay!
Always and always. What you get? Number one?
Number two.
Number two?
Number two and the kiss meal because I was hungry.
That boy hungry.
I was hungry. Number two player. the meat hamburger and the kiss meal. Water strips.
God dog.
Yeah,
I need that beef and chicken.
Yeah, I was fucking hungry. I really was. no joke.
It was a long day.
Yes, it was. It's
been a long week. Been long weeks. Maybe not for you, but for me it has.
Yeah, it's been. It was coming back from Vegas. It's just been fucking boy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We were both in Vegas for our dreaded day job, which it was fun, but also very exhausting.
Yes, very, very exhausting.
I took everything that you see here minus his laptop. Well, you brought your laptop.
Yeah, I bought this laptop.
Yeah. We were actually going to record and do a show over there. It just
didn't work out.
It's Vegas.
Vegas, drinks, gambling, that shit. Yeah. You can't record. You can't watch your diet. You can't fucking exercise. None of this shit happens. None of this shit happens in Vegas.
It literally stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
It stays in Vegas. All right, but we got a good show for you guys today. Today, it's going to be all Star Wars, baby. We're going to end off with a little bit of Marvel news as well, too, for that fantastic. At first, I was kind of, I didn't know what to expect with the Marvels, especially now that they've pushed it back. I think it's like its second or third time being pushed back.
Yeah, to November 10th.
But that trailer dropped this morning, and man, I have to agree with you. I'm kind of excited for it. Beastie Boys Intergalactic, always a great song. Always a good song.
It's the music and the trailer, the music and that kind of deal. So yeah.
But so we're gonna kick things off with all Star Wars, and we're just kind of gonna give our thoughts on the state of, and it seems to be the hot topic after last week's episode. But kind of just the state of where the Mandalorian is right now with season 3.
What's the direction it's going?
Yeah.
So
we've had 3 seasons thinking the Mandalorian is about Din Djarin and his relationship with Grogu, and now it seems like it's geared more towards Bo-Katan Kryze, Stackhoff's character from the Clone Wars, and now in here, now that she's reprising that role. And I'm curious to see where that's going. And I know that it's been facing a lot of backlash because, we talked about this when I got here, but I was like, in this latest episode, Hired Guns, the first opening scene before the credits rolled, it was cool. I was like, okay, like
where you going with this?
Yeah, it was cool, and then it was like, I love you, and then she was like,
yeah. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, so we're gonna let you guys watch. Tell you about it now, even though it dropped last week. So if you haven't watched it yet, you don't know why. But anyway, it's pretty much about 2 aliens being in love, and one
2 separate and actually warring species. Like if you know your Star Wars lore, like the Mon Calamari, and I forget what the other race. Like these fools have been fighting each other for like ever, and it's like it's literally like a little mini Romeo and Juliet.
Yes,
right.
It's the aliens. It's the alien version of Romeo and Juliet. That's pretty much all it is.
And
I love you too, but don't leave me. Nah, motherfucker, you gotta go. What, bitch? Like, yeah, I'm sorry. You knew what this was. Like, what? You say you didn't love me? You know I do love you, bitch. But you gotta go.
We gotta think about the bigger picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture on our love.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay. Never once gets picked up again the rest of the episode. I was like, what was the whole reason for that 10-minute long scene?
Pretty much.
It went nowhere, and I'm like, okay, all right. Well, maybe it'll pick off. I forgot that it was episode 6, and I thought that we had more episodes to go, but apparently season 1 and season 2 were only 8 episodes, so we only have 2 episodes left to go. So where are we going to go from here? And then you have
so honestly, now thinking about it, we need a Star Wars short of their love. Like what happened prior.
Yeah.
So we need to know the backstory. Hey, this one.
They should do a 30-minute special.
Yes.
Star Wars special of the Romeo and Juliet of the Mon Calamari and the Squid Lady.
Yeah. Yes. That's Star Wars for you. They already set something up, but then 10 years later, okay, we're going to now rewind back 10 years to we have this. So we're going to do a backstory on this, how they all met. And like, what the fuck? Like, really? We're past that shit. It's 10 years later. I don't fucking remember that shit anymore.
I was watching it and I'm thinking to myself, homeboy's getting escorted out by these Mandalorians, and she's like, it was a trap.
Yeah.
It's a pun.
And, all right. And then homeboy's like, I thought y'all are, what do you tell me?
I thought y'all were honorable people.
People. We are. Until credits are involved, baby. Ching ching.
So, yeah, but then... So then, again, we're not going to break down the episode for you guys. We're just kind of really giving our thoughts. And then we get to this other planet, and I was telling Kungfu here, I didn't have a problem with Jack Black. I didn't have a problem with Christopher Lloyd. He had a problem with Christopher Lloyd. But I'm thinking also, what is Lizzo doing here? What? And not good acting, by the way. Like it was, and I'm not trying to like shit on Lizzo, you know, whatever. She's awesome at body image and all this other stuff. I get that, but I'm just like, where is this going? Like, why does it have to be so many other outside actor cameos instead of giving us these actors to play new characters and have them be cameos of themselves? Give us actual characters, like that we haven't seen since Clone Wars, or we hadn't seen since Rebels, or you know whatever. Like that, you know, give us some of that. Like Lizzo. I mean, like, really? It's almost like they wrote those two characters so that Din Djarin didn't have to have Grogu this episode.
Pretty much.
And another thing. What happened to his jetpack?
Yeah, that's the part we was confused. Like,
I was confused. I was like,
me and him talked. He was like, "What was this jetpack?" Because he saw Bo-Katan. She had hers, which that's a little side story. My little issue with that situation. I'll tell you guys in a few minutes. But yeah, it's fucking weird.
You know,
it's a good episode. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it was a good episode, but it's just really weird because I don't know where this show is going. Like. They spent a lot of time with the Mandalorian culture, which is really cool. Like I really like the pirate episode, which I think was the one before this one.
Yes,
right. Mm-hmm. Like I like seeing the Mandalorians like kick ass. Like they were doing like their whole. It was like a SEAL Team 6 in this motherfucker when they was liberating that.
Pretty much, yes.
That town. So like I was cool seeing that. But then now I'm like, okay, so they're investigating droids, and then to me I thought which was cool, and again maybe. I got a little bit of what I wanted out of this with characters you hadn't seen since Clone Wars, but Christopher Lloyd was like an original separatist. Like he was talking about Count Dooku and like how he got shafted and it was going to be amazing and blase. So like I could appreciate that. I like that. Mm-hmm. And like he wasn't like a character you've seen in the show, but it harkened back to the Clone Wars. Like give me more of that. Like I want to see some of that. Like I really kind of want to see like, okay, another thing, we had that one episode with like the reprogramming of the dude that was a scientist, that was a cloning scientist, and then Homegirl Friday. How does that come into play? Like, we only have 2 episodes left.
And that was episode 3 of the conversion. Like, I'm still confused, and you know what the fuck was the point of that? Yeah, like the whole episode was about the whole cloning kind of deal.
I mean, I get it. Maybe they're trying to set up for season 4 or set up for something that has to do with Book of Boba Fett season 2, or whatever to continue this whole Mandalorian saga. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, okay, either episode 7 and episode 8 have to be an hour long, or episode 7 is going to be 45 minutes and episode 8 is going to be an hour and a half. Or I mean, like it's got to wrap up in some sort of way, or it's going to leave on some giant cliffhanger and piss everybody off.
Or it may be setting up the movie, the Dave Filoni going to be the director.
Dave Filoni?
Because
maybe.
he's doing the Mando verse, whatever kind of deal. So it could be some of the movie, like the big cliffhanger and the big payoff is going to be the movie.
I thought he was doing the movie that was supposed to be the Dawn of the Force. I don't think it has anything to do with the Mandos. It's supposed to be like
I saw on Twitter about the Mandos.
Yeah, well, I know that there's like a Mando verse or whatever, but like I don't know. I could have sworn I thought that he was doing this.
Who knows? Because right now, or no, that was Mango.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was Mango doing that movie.
Mango was doing the Dawn of the Force.
Dawn of the Force, yes. And Dave Filoni was doing
some sort of like
Mandalorian type Mando verse, whatever type of movie. Which I wouldn't be surprised if that's the big payoff. It's going to be cliffhanger, episode 8. The movie's going to pretty much be the big conclusion.
Yeah, but when does the movie come out? I mean, they haven't said anything other than that. So I'm assuming you're going to have a cliffhanger, then you're going to have season 4, and then you're going to have a movie.
Yeah, you could.
I would assume. Because there's no way that you're not going to wait another 2 years for another season of Mandalorian. At least that's my thing. Because I know right now that it's a cash cow for them, so they want to keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. So. And I'm hoping by the end of this fucking series, the word Mandalorian ends up being more plural, the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Because at this point, the way it's looking, the show is technically about the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
It's not, it's about the end now, Bo-Katan, but now eventually at some point, when they get to Mandalore and everything is kind of like, okay, we now have our people together. Mm-hmm. We're now the Mandalorians kind of deal. Yeah. So.
Well, they've always been. I guess it's just like, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just not just change. Go ahead and change. Just like how it was for Captain America, the TV show, and Falcon.
Oh, it was Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
They changed to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, that kind of deal. Same situation where you go from Mandalorian to Mandalorians.
Yeah,
kind of deal. So
yeah, I could do that.
So,
Yeah.
But we'll see. But yeah, right now it's kind of like we're always waiting to see. Okay, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what the hell is it? And of course, we probably won't know until episode 8, until last episode. So
yeah, and like, where's Moff Gideon?
Yes, where's that bastard at?
Yeah,
that's my note. He was at Star Wars celebration in London. So I just saw his ass.
So, great segue, Kungfu.
I wasn't even trying to, but awesome, great. I wasn't even trying to, but okay, it worked out.
So Star Wars Celebration happened this past week and started on Friday in London, which we're jumping ahead of myself, but next year it's going to be in Japan, which I thought was
2025.
Oh, so next year it'll be here in the States and then
it's nowhere. I think
it's going to be D23.
Yeah, Star Wars Celebration every 2 years.
Every 2 years, yeah. So it's like, it's then D23. Yeah. Gotcha.
And of course, and so I brought this up to him earlier before we started filming about who's going to play Admiral Thrawn. It's actually going to be Lars Mikkelsen.
That's right. I said Skarsgård, but
he said Skarsgård.
Yeah.
But I was like, hold on.
Yeah, I was like, how many of that clan is there?
Yeah.
No, it's Lars Mikkelsen. Yeah. What's his name? Mads Mikkelsen's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And I can see it now from the picture on Twitter. Yeah, I could definitely see him playing that part. Him,
yeah. And in hindsight, I think a lot of people were really looking to see Benedict Cumberbatch play Thrawn in live action.
Ooh, I didn't think about that one.
That was kind of like the fan favorite casting. But Lars, I think he's gonna kill. He was awesome as a voice actor. Like, you never saw Rebels, right?
So he was a voice actor of Thrawn. Okay.
Yeah. So he was awesome as Thrawn in Rebels. So yeah.
See, to me that's cool that you're able to now get the voice actors and they're able to actually be the character that they're voicing on the cartoon kind of deal. It works out for everyone. It's a whole fan service, which is great.
Yeah. I mean, I know you like Rosario Dawson, but I kind of wish they would have done that with the voice actress for Ahsoka. Is make her Ahsoka. If you're going to make Katie Stackhoff, who voiced Bo-Katan in Clone Wars.
I can see that.
And now, and then Lars, and it can be done, right? I think that would have been awesome. But but I love Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, so I'm not mad.
Yeah. I think
it just would have been
cool. No, that was definitely a fan service. I think people wanted that, even though but I think people's like, she'll play the hell out of that.
It makes sense because I think she's supposed to be older, obviously, blah blah blah. So so that makes sense. Yeah, girl's still kind of young.
Oh yeah, she's real young.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of her. She's real young, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So not only did we get, so obviously Star Wars Celebration, they broke down the Skeleton Crew, which is another show with,
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, with Jude Law. I think it's like the main actor that's going to be in that one. We got word that Taika Waititi is still working on his Star Wars movie.
Yes.
And then the big news coming out on Friday was, for better or for worse, Daisy Ridley coming back to reprise her role as Rey Skywalker in another Star Wars movie. Now they did say movie, not trilogy, so I'm fine with that. It's supposed to be set 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker. She's rebuilding the Jedi Order. She's having some stumblings along the way, so I'm interested to see where this goes. I hope it's not another Force user that's going to be the bad guy. Like we're getting kind of, it's a rinse and repeat cycle, right? And it doesn't necessarily always have to be that. So, so we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, and you got the Acolytes.
The Acolyte, it takes place during the High Republic.
Star Wars Vision Season 2, which drops May the 4th.
Yeah, which looks good, dude.
Yeah.
It looks real good. Like, you said you didn't see Season 1, right? No. Like I said, there's, the whole season's really good. Episode 1's really good. The anime episode with the twins is really good. And then I believe the last episode is really, really good. Yeah. All the other ones are great, but those three stuck out of my mind. And then
they also dropped I guess an official timeline of how everything takes place per the actual logos.
Well, it's not an official timeline. It's always been that way.
Oh,
It's just these are just the timelines of the symbols within the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
It was really cool to see.
It's actually really cool to show exactly where everything is going, or take place, whatever. So
right.
So
but going back to Visions like that, I don't know what the studio is, but I recognize the art. Did you see the trailer for it? Visions?
Actually, no.
No. So Wallace and Gromit, like the claymation.
Yes.
They're doing an episode.
Oh,
and it looks really cool. It looks really cute, obviously, because it's claymation.
Okay.
But it looks really cool. I'm actually kind of excited to see how that episode turns out.
Hey, I didn't know Cameron Monaghan. So he's the actor. He's I guess from the game.
Yeah.
He's
the motion capture and the voice
I
actor.
never put those two together.
How? He looks just like him.
Yeah, but I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Because I never really played the Star Wars game.
Yeah.
But now when I see him, oh shit, it slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Because he was awesome as not really the Joker in the Batman TV show, whatever.
Gotham, yeah.
In Gotham,
he was awesome.
Yeah. But I didn't even think about that was even him playing at that part at all.
Dominic Monaghan, right? Something like that?
Yeah, Cameron
Monaghan.
Yeah.
Dominic Monaghan is a different actor. That's funny. Then we got our trailer for Ahsoka, which, first of all, looks awesome. I cannot wait. I'm one of those people that there's kind of a fence when it comes to Rebels. There's some that liked it. There's some that thought it was just okay, and then there's some that hated it. I loved Rebels. I thought it was awesome. Each of the seasons were just poignant in some sort of way. With season 1 having to deal with the Grand Inquisitor, season 2 with Vader and a little bit of Maul, season 3 with Maul, and then season 4 all about Thrawn. I mean, it was just awesome. And then to see these characters in live action, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I didn't even recognize her. I had to look it up. I was like, who's playing Hera? Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Oh shit! Like,
yeah.
I was like,
that's his crush, people.
Yeah,
that's literally his crush.
Yeah, and then you got Sabine, who looks awesome, and in The Mandalorian, we did get to see what's his name. Well, obviously they showed Chopper, the droid.
Yeah.
But the oh my god, what was his name? He was the original design for Chewbacca, but then it was too hard to do the makeup and things like that, so that's why they made him into like the hairy Wookiee. But anyways, he was in an episode of The Mandalorian at the beginning when the pirate episode. So you remember when Homeboy was like, "Hey, I need you to get me. Can I use your viewer?" When he got the distress signal.
Yeah.
Like that little cat alien looking creature. Mm-hmm. He was in Rebels.
Okay.
Yeah, Zeb. Damn, I couldn't think of his name.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
So we saw him in live action
at the Cartino,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, okay.
So I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see who these dark side Force users are. Ray Stevens looks awesome.
He does look awesome.
He looks awesome.
He's getting old too. Ray Stevens getting old.
Someone's like, oh man, he looks awesome, and another guy's like, yeah, he looks just as awesome because he looks the exact same way. Because he plays a villain in RRR, that
he does?
Bollywood movie. Yeah. He plays a villain. And it looks just like that. Same beard, same everything. Except he's just wearing like military garbs with like all the medals and shit like that.
He pretty much has the same face he had back when we played the Punisher, just with a
beard,
with a beard and white hair.
Yeah,
no black hair, just white hair. Exact same.
So I'm excited to see that, and maybe not a fun fact, but some people were like, "Hey man, how come these Dark Force users, their lightsabers look more orange than red?" Well, Dave Filoni, I think, made a comment about it. He's like, well, back in the day when Star Wars first came out in the 70s, 80s, and 77, 80, and 83, it was hard to do red lighting. So Darth Vader's lightsaber was kind of like red in some scenes, a little orangey in another. So I kind of wanted to harken back to that, and I was like, dude, that's a cool deep cut. Like, I'm really excited to see that. I really want to see who these guys are. Where this show takes place, obviously, is in the same time frame as The Mandalorian prior to The Force Awakens. I don't know if they're Inquisitors, if they just were still around, or if they were, maybe they're Force users that just kind of turned to the dark side and were just in hiding this whole time. Or maybe they could be early Knights of Ren before Kylo Ren and all that. That'd be kind of cool to see. So I don't know. We'll see what we got with that. What else? Did we miss anything on Celebration?
Oh yeah, that's the picture.
Yeah, looks just like her.
Yeah, there's a picture on Twitter showing Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
There's Harrison.
Yeah, her in costume and the cartoon is pretty much identical.
Yeah.
So I know who this is. That's Homegirl from Mandalorians.
The Armorer.
Yeah. There's a picture online. We were trying to figure out who this chick was from Emily Swallow.
Yeah.
She plays the Armorer, and I've never seen her face before. Like literally, this is what she looked like.
Yeah, I think she's a voice actor. She does a lot of voice acting. I think she does like video games and cartoons and things like that. And I think she's done acting and other things as well too.
But one thing I wanted to mention that on this past week's episode of Mandalorian was the whole chase scene with the fucking robot through the town. Okay, people, Bo-Katan has a jetpack. She could have easily flew her ass through and caught him. For some reason, she wanted to run after him. Don't know why. Even though when she jumped, the jetpack took off. It was able to lift up a little bit, but she still ran. Like, come on. Like, I was actually getting vague. I was literally getting aggravated with that shit.
It makes for exciting TV, bro.
Yeah, but goddamn, bro. I'm like, shit, man. Just go get this motherfucker. Like, somebody go get him. Will somebody please stop this guy? And of course, did have to pretty much pull a lethal weapon and fucking jump through a window to stop the guy, like fucking all 80s action movies. Hey, you go left, I go right. cut through a goddamn restaurant. Okay, he's gone. Bam! Smash through a window to catch his ass. Like, oh my god.
You know what?
What happened?
I just had an epiphany.
What's up? What happened?
That's exactly what this episode was. Lethal Weapon. It was a buddy cop episode.
Yes, it was. Exactly it was.
I didn't even...
Yes, a straight buddy cop episode. That's really what
I
it was.
I thought about that. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was watching. I was like, God damn, these folks... Especially when... It was literally like Lethal Weapon 2, whatever. Especially when Bo-Katan was like, so then, should we do it? He's like, oh, you had me at Battle Robots.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this motherfucker here. He's like, you had me at Battle Robots. Like,
Dude, okay.
So.
And then, I hate to keep going back to this episode, right? And where this is going. But, the final battle between Bo-Katan and Alex Wolf, or whatever his name was.
Oh, at the end of the episode?
At the end of the episode. It was badass.
Yeah, it was cool.
Badass, right? She beats him, but then he's like, are you really the ruler of Mandalore? Because he's the one with the Darksaber. And I'm like, that's true.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, very much true.
But to me, and maybe this is just me, I don't know. I'm just maybe feeling a certain way because I'm kind of starting to feel a little bit jaded about this show. But it just seemed to me was like, Mando was like, here you go.
Just take it.
It's heavy.
Look,
it's so heavy. I didn't have my jetpack this episode. I really don't know how to use it.
He was like,
I get it. Like, I get where he's trying to go to. I think he respects her because of who she is as far as royalty and things like that.
And pretty much he was like, yo, fools, I got captured by this motherfucking alien. That bitch whipped my ass. So he took it from me. He took it from her. He kicked her ass. They fought. Bam. Give it to me. So you know something? I don't want this shit no more.
It's really hers. It's really hers. It's really hers.
I don't want this shit no more.
You know, and I'm just like, dude, I was like, I thought you're supposed to, like, all Mandalorians are supposed to be badasses, and you're kind of like cutting yourself down a little bit.
Really?
Like,
exactly.
And
he could at least say, you know something? He's right. And what did the Kree say? If to have the Darksaber got to fight for it, just bust me in the gut.
Yeah,
we're gonna fight for it. So okay, I'm down. I give. Surrender. Take the saber. Like, I would have took that more than anything. Like, punch me at the stomach, kind of deal. Yeah. So I would have took that at least.
And I don't know. I think this is gonna have. I think there's more to it. I think, I can't thinking about it now that we're talking about it and kind of just airing it out. There's got to be more to it. I think he's going to get the Darksaber back. There's got to be some sort of way that something happens to where he gets the Darksaber back, because I get it. She's Bo-Katan Kryze. She's related to the royal family, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, man. I feel I was like, Jen, you knocked yourself down a peg, dude. Like, you were a badass for like 3.5 seasons, and now you're kind of like, he's cool, I guess. Like, he likes to take care of kids. Like, that's
right?
like his only saving grace at this point. He forgot his jetpack. Like, he's pulling dad shit in real life. Like,
pretty much,
he left the house. He forgot the sippy cup.
The binky, the fucking
that commercial.
Yes,
he got the binky.
Yeah, the binky, the blanket, the fucking baby bottles, the car seat. Even fucking baby. He forgot the baby. He's like, hold on, he's driving. Where the fuck's my kid? Situation. Yeah. I got to turn the bitch around with my goddamn kid and shit. Which he did. He left the kid on purpose because Lizzo was pretty much a pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, Lizzo was a pretty good babysitter.
Yeah,
Lizzo
she was pretty good babysitter.
Yeah, she was a pretty good babysitter, just pretty much feeding them fish and teaching them how to play dumb games.
Yeah.
She cheated. Mm-hmm. Fucking cheated on. Fucking Grogu.
Well, did she or
helped her ass? Fucking Grogu helped her ass to win. Cheating, bitch. Come on. Like, come on, goddamn. They're over there on the planet having fun while goddamn Jen and Bo-Katan, they goddamn chasing goddamn robots.
Robots and shit.
Bella droids. And I ain't gonna lie, the shit was funny when they went to the dock. He was kicking those goddamn robots. He was kicking them.
I want to know which one's gonna snap.
Yeah, he was kicking, and the robot was like, "No, don't kick the robots, sir, don't kick the robots, sir." And he kicked that one. That bitch got mad and fucked off. He's like, "Oh, there you go, right there." And he's like, "What he say? Is that what you?" He's like, "That's what happens when you kick him over." He said something smart ass, the fucking robot and shit kind of deal. That shit was funny. And then of course you get a goddamn. I didn't know robots have feelings.
Oh yeah, man. I thought that was cool. Like honestly, I thought that's what they were gonna go with.
That was
like,
actually pretty cool.
Some of these robots are starting to like evolve to have like feelings or something like that. I thought that's kind of where they were going with. Then it ended up being fucking Uncle Fester. Right.
Went to a bar. You providing the bar on these robots. No, I'm not. I'm just they just drinking a drink or some kind of oil.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. He's like, look, you humans, you guys have an expiration date. We don't. We just want to do our time and take care of you guys. Blah 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 whatever.
And then all the Wallies in the room are like, yeah,
the Wallies. Yeah, and he pretty much, hey, we trying to just live our life, and it's just kind of like make sure you guys taking care of it, whatever. Yeah, all of a sudden you see pretty much 50 other R2D2 Wallies, fucking Terminators, fucking RoboCops. That bitch take their robot finger, and he's like, okay, all right. It reminded me of a goddamn episode of fucking Family Guy. That part right there alone was like something you see him either Family Guy or like either Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's like it looks like it reminded me of a cut to scene in Family Guy.
Yes,
like when Peter's like, it reminds me of my great grandfather, Phineas McGriffin. Or whatever,
Yeah, go into the fucking cantina with the robots.
Yeah,
and you cut that shit. It's like, oh god. So, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, so I mean, other than that, that was really, really kind of just like the main news out of Star Wars Celebration. Well, I guess the other thing is like Patty Jenkins is no longer attached to the Rogue Squadron, but it's not dead. It could be a series, it could be a movie. We just don't know yet, or I guess maybe they don't know yet. So I mean, that was pretty much. And then they had some panels. Obviously they had a lot of the actors. Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, the little girl who played Leia. They had Rosario Dawson was there.
And they announced the 40th anniversary.
Oh yeah, the
release of Return of the Jedi in the theaters.
Yeah, which I might go see that. I kind of want to see it on the big screen again. That would be really cool to see. It's one of my favorites. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite, but I think Return of the Jedi was close. I just like the space battles and then the final battle between Vader and Luke, and then the Emperor. It's just cool. Just cool to see. So I think that was all the news out of Star Wars Celebration, unless Kungfu sees anything that comes up in here in the threads.
Yeah, I don't see anything. That's pretty much it from what I see on Twitter overall. So pretty good stuff. Of course, they announced. Well, they didn't announce it, but during Star Wars Celebration, a lot of Funko Pop was on pre-order. Action figures from Hasbro.
A ton of figures.
Yes, actually a ton of figures. A lot of figures. Legos, a lot of shit was got online for pre-order for when it comes to toys.
So a lot of the Legos are dropping May 1st.
Yes, May 1st, yeah. I'm surprised
a lot of the figures
I'm surprised they didn't do just May 4th. Just the Legos, a lot of stuff dropping that day.
Well, especially because Lego does Sunday releases.
Yes.
So May 1st is on a Sunday.
Yeah, I know, but they could at least make this one exception, for that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because I already know. I wonder if anything else big going to be coming out besides Visions on May 4th. Anything else going to happen?
I don't know. We'll see. Well, I mean, I think we have instead of a Marvel Christmas special, we have a Star Wars Christmas special this year, right? At the Life Day thing that they were redoing, the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think that's what they were talking about.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, season 3 will be the final season for Bad Batch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so which makes sense. I mean, how long can you keep going? I mean, like these are like clones. You know, they're supposed to be done.
Yeah.
You know. So
okay, cool. Yeah.
But it's Tuesday. What's today? I don't even know what today's date is.
The 11th.
The 11th, and like the news that dropped on Monday the 10th, we got a trailer this morning.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Last week we got the Secret Invasion trailer. We got the Into the Spider-Verse Part 1 trailer.
Yeah, more of a full trailer, yeah.
Yeah, the full trailer. Then we got Star Wars Celebration. And then today we get the Marvels, which I talked about it right when we first started. At first I was kind of like, like Captain Marvel, the movie itself was not very good. I mean, it was entertaining.
Right. Yeah.
It was entertaining. It served its purpose in introducing her and how she's going to be beneficial in, basically in Endgame, not even in Infinity War. But this one looks good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like it's gonna be a good time. Now, is the movie gonna be good? I don't know. We'd have to wait to see if we can get some more. Once we get another trailer, an actual full-length trailer, and see what's going on, and see who some of these characters are gonna play out to be. But I mean, homegirl that plays Kamala Khan, man, she sold that trailer.
She's gonna kill it. I can't wait. Like, I'm so excited for this movie now. Like, just all because of her.
Yeah.
And her lines. And it's her delivery of the lines. Because she's still a kid, so she's like saying these lines like any other kid would say them. It's like, yo, like, oh shit, like, I'm just like, it's like, Nick Fury, is this an Avengers thing? Like, come on. I'm like, oh my God.
Is this an Avengers tryout? Is this an Avengers mission?
Right.
Dude, no. For me, the moment that she sold me for this movie was when she switched places with Carol Danvers, and she's next to the Flarkin, the cat.
Oh, bro!
And that cat eats everything in front of her.
It freaks the fuck out.
And
That's just hilarious.
But in true teenager fashion, instead of being like, "Thank you, Mr. Kitty Cat, you just saved my life," she freaked the fuck out.
Yeah,
she's like, "Ah!"
That bitch scared as shit.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see where this movie goes. I'm really curious.
I really hope that fight scene they show in the trailer is more of a training fight scene. Like, they were showing them where they was like kind of going between not powers, but both of them was attacking Carol Danvers. I think that's a training, not a montage, but more of a training seminar.
That'd be cool. Or if I could see it as, because it seems like when Carol shows back up when Monica and Fury are together, she's like, "Where have you been?" You could tell like there's some tension
between both of
them. So maybe it's a scene of like them hashing out the tension. And then Kamala's like, "Come on, guys, settle down." And they're like, "Sit down, little girl." And she's like, "Oh, I'm not little bitches." And she's like, she starts getting into the fight too. So yeah, I could easily see it either way. Whether it be a training montage video or them just kind of bickering about, oh, my feelings or whatever. You hurt my, however the story is going to go. And then you were asking me about the homeboy, the Korean guy. And I was like, I know I've seen that dude from somewhere. He was in Parasite, but he's also a big South Korean actor.
Okay.
He's got a huge fan base. And apparently they're saying that the rumor is that he might have been a fling with Carol in the past.
Mm.
And he comes from a planet that is nothing but singing and dancing. That's how they communicate. So that little dance number that they kind of show a snippet of in the teaser, that might be part of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, other than that, you got a female Ronan the Accuser now.
To me, she looks cool.
She looks cool. Yeah, and the more I thought about it, I was like, it's not Ronan's hammer, because remember it got destroyed.
That's right. Yes.
In Guardians Volume 1.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Zoe?
Yeah.
Zawe? Ashton.
Yeah. She looks cool.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're bringing the Kree into this.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that now that they're saying that those Kamala Khan's bangles are Kree technology. Like, I don't know if I really care about that. I really kind of wanted it to have some sort of connection with Kang, or maybe they're just saving that for the 10 Rings with Shang-Chi, you know.
Yeah, part 2. Yeah. But yeah, overall, the trailer just looks sick. Like,
it looks good. Looks like it's going to be a fun time. Anytime you have a Beastie Boys song in a trailer, you know, you got it.
What's cool about the trailer? It feels like Monica Rambeau's gonna be one leading them, because a lot of the trailer, she's up front and center.
Yeah.
So it feels like she's gonna be one leading the Marvels, or like kind of take that leader lead.
It could be. Because like it seems like, remember, like I said about like with Phase 4, seemed a lot of like the passing of the torch.
Yeah,
right. And maybe this is Carol Danvers is like, I'm going to retire, so here you go, Monica. You're
or pretty much the point Nick Fury couldn't reach Carol Danvers, but he's able to kind of be in close contact with Monica Rambeau, you know, for however long prior to this movie it took, kind of deal.
Well, not only that, but we don't know what happened to her after Endgame, because she was there for Tony's funeral, and so was Fury. So something. I'm sure that there's going to be some questions answered in Secret Invasion. Yes. Because obviously this takes place afterwards.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you see Monica Rambeau at the end of Secret Invasion.
Yeah, or Carol Danvers, both.
Yeah.
We saw her in Miss Marvel, so.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Just watching the stuff online, like this is just like this scene here. It's just like she's definitely leading the group, kind of deal.
Yeah, or I wonder if the story has something to do with her more than any of the other ones.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for us today here on the Radioactive Pop Culture Podcast.
I think that's it for you.
I mean,
we kind of covered. This is what I was talking.
Yeah, that GIF looks good, dude.
Yeah, that looks like a training seminar that they're going. Because look, she changes from Miss Marvel to there, and then she come in. See, that looks badass.
Yeah,
that really does look fucking badass. That scene.
But it also shows, to me, I'm looking at that scene, it still shows like Carol Danvers is superiorly more stronger than both of them. Even combined.
And I really hope they fucking let Brie Larson actually kind of like
be herself?
Yes. And
when she was herself in Captain Marvel, it was good.
Yes.
But you could tell when they try to like ring her in, like, okay. And what I mean by that is the third act of Captain Marvel. Because it seemed like Act 1 and 2, it was like, it was very like, and again, I'm not saying this to make anybody mad or anything, but it was very like pro like woman power, this, that, and the other. I'm a badass. I can hang out with, these guys. I can hang out with these Kree assassins, like, with the best of them, blah, 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 with Jude Law's character or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so, and then you get to the third act and she was like, hey guys, like, what's up? I got my powers. They work all 100% kinda. I got this Tesseract in this cool lunchbox. Let's do it. And it was like a cool fight after cool fight after cool fight. And then, which to me, it could have been, they could have written the movie a little bit better to have her first flight, right?
Yeah.
As Captain Marvel hit a little bit home. Like, for instance, you still could have had her powers the same way with the Tesseract and all that, even though it's completely different from the comic books. But it would have been, to me, I think it would have hit harder on the emotions if she never flown before. Because she was a woman, right? She wasn't good enough. this, that, and the other. Oh, you can never be able to fly, blah, 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 blah. And then have that montage, right, of all those things when she was little to being in the Air Force and you're never going to be able to fly. And then she opens her eyes and boom, she fucking takes off.
Yeah.
Like that to me, I think would have been a much harder hit versus than, you know, her feeling bad for having Annette Bening die. Thinking it's her fault, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for this episode before we keep rambling.
Yeah, rambling now. I'm just looking at clips of the Marvel. I see she will have 2 different suits.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to have 2 different suits.
Oh, definitely, because
although I kind of wish
because they already showed us. See, Photon, Monica Rambeau will finally have stuff close to her actual suit.
Although I do hope that Kamala goes back to the costume that her mom makes her from the show, because like there's that one shot that you're showing where there was all 3 of them. You can tell that Kamala's costume is completely different. Mm. It's like it's a movie, big budget, more budget, costume. But I like that costume. It's very comic book accurate. I think it symbolizes more for her culture and things of that nature. So I hope she goes back to that. I hope that's just like a little small thing, like, you know what, I don't really need this outfit. I can deal with this, whatever. But yeah, again, we're rambling. So
yeah, pretty much at this point.
But you know what? Thanks you guys for hanging out with us today. Again, please feel free to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications for when the next episode drops on YouTube. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. It used to be Anchor, but Spotify bought Anchor. So
really,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so now it's Spotify Podcast or something like that. So yeah, so we're gonna look into a couple of different things. Maybe look into Patreon to where we might have extra episodes, in a month for supporters and things like that. Again, just for us to get a little bit more equipment to make the show look and sound a little bit better for you guys. Again, we're doing this for fun. We have dreaded day jobs like everybody else. We're not trying to be Joe Rogan and take over the world, and that'd be awesome. But, we're doing this for fun. So, again, without further ado, thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm Jay Rue.
And I'm Kungfu.
And we out,
man.